And we are live. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the
Good
world.
evening over here on this half of the planet, and good morning for the rest of you.
Something like that. So, I did bring this topic to the table this week. I know we've done it before,
We'll just call it part two, like we did with the last one. Part
or
two.
possibly we did it a couple of years ago, but I couldn't help well, okay, so I came up with this progress, not perfection, because there seem to be some really significant areas in my life that message was kind of really, yeah, drumming into me. And then as I was thinking about it over the last couple of days leading into this actual conversation, I'm like, damn, it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. So even to the point of, as I was just sharing with you, after this call, I am going to be editing some of our past conversations that we've done where we've got it on recording and I pull out little snippets. I haven't done that for maybe the last three. And I'm like, right, today's the day. I'm going to get it sorted. And I've got this pressure on me to go, right, video. I even created an event in my calendar that says video editing. Nothing else can get booked in. Hmm. And I have to remember that as long as I just make some progress on that, I don't have to complete it. But that's just one tiny example. I have got so many elements that are only in progress.
What's wrong with in progress?
They don't feel completed. They don't feel done. I like to feel like I've ticked it off completely. I don't know that that's wrong with progress, but that it doesn't feel satisfying to me when things are only in progress. I want to be there already.
You don't want to see my work schedule. Everything is in progress. Literally, it's a series of things that say either not started, in progress, or done. So it's all
Well,
in progress.
this was another example that was completely in my face yesterday. Every month, I complete a board report on behalf of our portfolio. So there's two of us in that look after this for the PSA board. So we do our board report, and we keep a 90-day plan. So every month, everybody in the team knows what's going on, what's been finished, all the rest of it. A whole lot of it is in progress. And I
Of
went,
course.
oh, look at that. There it is again. It's like nothing gets finished. And even the items in that example was some of the things that we've got on that 90-day plan is completing the monthly report. Well, sure, that gets done for the month, but guess what? It appears in the next month anyway because it's got to be done again.
Hmm.
So I'm finding that I'm having to breathe because I just want to have, it just feels like things are all in progress.
So why the topic title for progress, not perfection then?
Because I needed a reminder that progress is okay because it's not feeling okay. I can't find the feel. I can't find the satisfaction in the progress.
So are you stuck?
Not on a logical level. No.
On an illogical level, are you
On an
stuck?
irrational feeling level, absolutely.
I just had the idea, well, why if it was broken down into smaller pieces where you got a chance to tick a box, would that feel better?
It's not feeling better because I tend to chunk things down like that anyway. And it still doesn't feel satisfying because it's like, well, what have I achieved then? Because there's no finality and sense of achievement. It's just, look, also contributing to this because I can cope with one thing being in progress. So the board report, that's fine. Like all of these little examples, they're all little, right? They're not end of the world things.
Not end of the world in progress items. Okay, great, good to know.
However, We've started on the kitchen
Oh,
renovations.
you have so you have end of the world items on there now. Okay, I get it. Okay.
So, yep. So we bought the new fridge, but of course the new fridge does not fit in the current
You bought the
space
same
that
fridge that I bought for mine. It doesn't fit the hole. Good job.
and it arrives next weekend. So we have now taken out the cupboard that was in the way that was going to go anyway. And so now we have very oh they when they built this house, they didn't do any painting behind cupboards and they did tiling up to the cupboards. So the cupboards got installed and then they painted around the cupboard and they tiled around the cupboards.
Yeah.
So Renz is now going to be doing some tiling this weekend because there are three tiles because the fridge is sits on a wider, it's wider and it will fall onto the slab if he doesn't place a tile. And so we have this cutout in our kitchen that looks very haphazard, weird tile shapes, weird wall, no, nothing painted, very splotchy. Um, and we just have to take it little by little, right? So last weekend was taking out the cupboard. This weekend is tiling. I'm giving him 2 full days to tile 3 tiles. Um, because I know what's going to happen. He's going to get it and he's going to think he's got it all, and then he's going to have to go to Bunnings, our local warehouse type thing, and he's going to have to get a new tool or whatever it is that he needs to get it right. And it's going to take a few hours. It's going to take more than a few hours. So there's that's like in my personal world. Like I walk out of my study and I cop, oh yeah, this is still in progress. And it just, yeah, it's just a lot of little things that are in progress at the moment and not feeling that sense of satisfaction that anything's getting resolved and completed.
I wonder if you would feel like this in other areas also. Like if you were looking at a client who was had a large project to do, how do you look at them and help them with their because oftentimes a lot of those progress things it's a constant evolution. It's not just even though the project is there, once you get into it, things evolve.
Yeah, yeah. So the outcome that we expect or we're planning on isn't always the outcome that is achieved in its exact form.
Correct.
And and I have found that I have also been having conversations with clients about the progress that they have been making. So, for an example, I have a client who has been working their way towards doing their first photo shoot. They've done a little mini one where the photographer took about 8 or 10 photos or something, and then they've got the big one next week, that kind of thing. Like there's sort of this, again, progress, like warming up to what this photo shoot will ultimately produce. And my suggestion there is, like, and my encouragement in the space that I'm holding with that person is, uh, look at this. 3 months ago, they were absolutely terrified and were nearly going to pull out of the photo shoot. And now they've had photos taken and they're prepared to look at those photos. They even shared the photos with me, which is massive.
Hmm.
I know what it's like to do your first professional photo shoot and not feel like you want to be doing a photo shoot. And so that's massive progress. So I can look at that and go, that's massive. The amount of mindset and emotional growth is phenomenal. Yep.
But
But on all my little tasks and all my little things, I'm not like looking at it as emotional evolution and growth. I'm like, I just want to get it done. I told you it was irrational.
have you ever seen the movie Click?
No, I haven't. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't seen the movie.
So Adam Sandler, he gets this remote control from Bed Bath and Beyond, which is no longer around. But whatever. The premise of this is he fast forwards through his life to get past the things that he doesn't enjoy or wants to get beyond or whatever. So for me, that's your progress. But then he uses the buttons so much that he fast forwards his entire life and he misses everything, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, everything altogether. Is there a place that you can fast forward that's far enough that you're satisfied?
Getting to Canada?
Yeah, okay, that's different. That's a different topic, but I get it. But you understand what I'm getting at? I know you're trying to make it
Yeah.
funny, and I'm not.
But yes, it's that if we can reach this point. So I haven't quite invited in, but I could. You've triggered a little something here of, well, what is it that we will achieve by Christmas?
Mm.
And feeling satisfied that if we've achieved those things by Christmas, e.g., the fridge arriving, well, sorry, tiles being done, fridge arriving, we've got the plumber turning up to see how we can plumb in the fridge and how that needs to happen. If we could, just on the fridge example, we could have an outcome for before Christmas.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to maybe give yourself more time for something to happen.
The yes, or give some end results. So sort of some sub end results. So the ultimate end result is the kitchen is done.
Mhm.
But we could give outcomes. We could apply some tangible outcomes in shorter spurts and maybe feel that sense of satisfaction. Awesome. We got the fridge in, it's sitting on tiles, it's plumbed in, and it's keeping our food fresh. Important for Christmas.
Okay.
Well, it has to be done because the old fridge is being taken away, right? So the fridge has to happen. The plumbing has to happen. Well, technically the plumbing doesn't have to happen.
Oh, interesting.
The fridge can arrive because
Only
the plumbing is only for the ice maker
correct.
and the water. That's just a luxury. Just it's a luxury.
Correct. So there are smaller milestones that would still serve the purpose.
Hmm.
It won't be all the purposes, and it might not be the prettiest looking setup when it's sitting out of the hole and the tile's not done and the paint's not done and the cabinets are weird, whatever. However,
That's exactly it.
it's all self-imposed deadlines, which we've done a to topic on also.
Yes, yes. So it's interesting that I've found that because I've got a whole bunch of things that are in progress at the moment, it feels it's harder to see the satisfaction. It's
Mm.
harder to feel it. So yeah, that's a really long explanation about why I brought this topic uh to the attention of us today. But
It
that's
it's your
pretty much it.
it's your current reality, right? So I mean, I've felt now for years that we've run on parallel tracks, and I think most of them revolve around renovations. So it's funny that you're frustrated with the lack of progress. You're making progress, but it's everything is still like not
Not
enough,
done.
not
Not
enough,
done.
not done
Yep.
enough.
Yep.
Versus my particular problem is like the paralysis through analysis because there feels like there's so many things and so many things that touch on everything else. One job is not one job. One job could be three jobs. So, and I'm a planner. So even when I have a general sense of what needs to happen, like building a fence or a deck, like I will plan that to the nth degree anyways, because I want to know how many screws I need to get. So, and oftentimes it comes down to trying to make sure that it's the cheapest version of the thing. Like if I buy in the right bulk quantity, I'll save on screws. But if I buy the 10 pack every time, like it's gonna add up, right? So because I'm so anal when it comes to the design of this stuff and trying to save money, I don't get anything done. And I just go over the same stuff over and over again. So I have the bathroom to do, and I don't think I've done anything in 6 weeks other than get rid of the drywall that I tore down.
Is that not progress?
6 weeks ago, it was progress. When I said, "Okay, I'm tearing it apart," and I took off about half the drywall. I saw what was underneath, and I cleaned up. Like that was basically one day's worth of work, and then I had like several weeks of getting rid of the garbage. So, I would say no, I have not made any significant progress since that one day where I
Pulled the drywall down. Yep.
strapped on my boots and got to work. However, a lot of it is because of that planning, trying to save, trying to make the right choice, not wanting to make the wrong choice, not wanting to buy something that's not worth the money because you're trying to cut corners or save money. So like yeah, I struggle with the whole progress because I think I'm trying to be perfect when it comes to
Before you even
the
start,
financial
really.
aspect of it, and then even trusting myself that that I'm gonna do a good job.
Yes. And yeah, that does create paralysis, which I think I would, yeah, that almost feels harder than making the progress and not feeling the sense of satisfaction. So what can we what do you what if I'm going to throw the same scenario that you threw at me. If you were speaking to a client and you were trying to get them over that paralysis, what would you say to them?
Son of a gun. You did my trick. Um, I mean, breaking things down into smaller chunks is always one of the biggest things. And I think that for me, because I rarely ask for help, I want to have it sorted before I present it. Versus sitting down with Julie and going through the stuff together to help make some of those choices together. Because oftentimes I'm making assumptions that, okay, this is too cheap. I don't want to go that direction. I'll try to find a better option first before I say, hey, this is what I found, instead of trying to, manage that stuff together.
Right. Okay. So you could invite her in earlier to your thought process.
Right. I mean, I do have some technical know-how, so like I do understand in theory how a lot of the things work. It's in practical terms, it doesn't always necessarily work out that way, but it's like I have a sense.
Yeah. And look, and I married someone that's similar to that in that Renz can ring the plumber and answer all his questions as he's asking the questions because Renz has looked at where is the current water pipe running and how do you access it and what is it and all the rest of that. Because he's got a sense of what needs to happen, but
Mhm.
actually doing it, you need the qualification for it. So, yes, it's interesting needing to like having it feeling like you've got enough information to even sit down with Julie
Yeah, is a step.
is a step. Do you have enough information to sit down and go through that conversation?
Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, we have done some things. We did go through IKEA last weekend together.
Oh, that's always dangerous.
No, not really. It helped rule out lots of stuff. Like, nope, that won't work. Nope, that won't work. Nope, that's ugly. That's too rickety, whatever. Anyways, so that it was helpful to go through things together because we were able to like get some ideas that we either hadn't had or hadn't considered before. So that was good. Um, so I mean, that opened up my eyes a little bit to, there's possibility for us to work together on this to help each other out. Um, but I wanted to talk about this because I know how paralyzed I've become in the details and trying to sort things out. And then I jumped from one thing to the other thing because I got distracted. Like, oh, that reminds me of the thing in the living room that I want to do, and blah blah blah.
Because I've got
So
to paint this thing, so and this other thing needs to be painted. So what if I did the painting thing at the same time because we've got all the paint out?
yeah, yeah. There's all that stuff. So I think we have made some progress uh, because of that time we spent together in IKEA. So I mean, it's not like there's not progress being made, but it doesn't often seem like it's
Enough.
and not yeah, and like there's nothing visually has changed. Maybe some of our ideas have changed and some of the things that maybe we want to spend some time on. I'd like to change our focus on a couple of things. Like I know she said the other day, like, or we were talking about cabinets, and I said we need to go and like touch them. Like I can't. Some of these plans, they're too generic. They're like I'm pretty sure it's like poor quality, but until we like touch it and open it and do the thing, I don't think I'm going to really know from my
Whether
standpoint
it's
if it's going to work. Online, sure, they look great, cool. But in reality, I don't know. That might be a complete waste of money. So, yeah, so I think for me, it's setting time aside that we go do this stuff together. Specifically, let's say go to like one of the bath centers and like go and touch and ask some questions and
open and
open,
yes, there's a whole
close,
lot of
turn
those
on, turn
things.
off. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
For some of the bigger pieces, and I'm sure the smaller pieces will come after that, but if we hit the main piece of the
Yeah, I remember
counter,
and
the
being
cabinet,
like
and the bath, and that should help a lot.
and being a bathroom, I remember one of the biggest decisions we were like making that then everything got built around was the sink
Mm.
because it was like I'd never chosen a sink before because I'd just rented or bought this house and it came with sinks. Funny that. And it's like, oh, I've got to think through what it is I want for a sink. Who knew there were so many options?
Yeah.
But then the size of the sink was then determined the size of the cabinet above it, which then determined the cabinet underneath it, which then determined, because that was then it provided the width that the cabinet below could be. It just started to have this snowball effect. So if you get one of those decisions done, it
Right.
tends to snowball.
And it's weird because as much as I know I'm not making progress physically in this space, every time I watch another video and learn another trick or idea or whatever, I'm planning it in my head, but it's not you don't see that progress outwardly, right? So like I learned about the other day about the IKEA stuff that they use their own plumbing, like it's their own system basically under there. So if you're going to commit to that, you need to know that that's going to affect how the plumbing works in your house. So I'm probably not going to go in that direction at all. However, it's opened up our eyes to, come together, which is, I think, is probably the most important part.
Yes. And maybe being willing to ask for help before you feel like you're completely ready to ask for help.
Now, I've done that with the electrical.
Okay.
So like I know there's somebody there when I need that request. Um, I haven't done that for plumbing. Hey, plumbers, any plumbers out there? Probably use some help.
Oh,
Um,
we've got one turning up at our place.
a
Can
little
give
bit
you the
of a
contact.
distance issue. But
Maybe.
yeah, a little bit. Or unless Renz is going to take that knowledge. No, but then I got to wait till you're here. That's not going to work.
Yeah, then that's way too long and you want it done before. Yeah, yeah,
A
no.
little bit, a little
No
bit.
good.
So I think what I'm learning here is even though I am not making progress on in the physical space, there is progress happening. It's just not necessarily at the rapid speed that I want it to take place.
And, and I think from my perspective, the feel of progress is really where I feel like I'm lacking. I'm just not feeling the progress. Even though I'm getting through the things and I'm ticking stuff off, and I really do like having a list and ticking it off. And maybe just maybe I just need to sit longer with ticking it off rather than, and what that means that I've now ticked that off.
What do you mean by sitting longer with the ticking off?
Well, sometimes it's just a task. oh, I've got to get that done. Rightio, that's done, that's done, that's done. And actually go, oh, that's done. Oh, oh yeah, we did the Tyler, sorry, the plumber got contacted and Ren's had the phone call and he's turning up this weekend.
Hmm.
Well, that's good progress. And just acknowledging the progress rather than going, awesome, you've made that phone call. It's like really sitting with the thing that's happened because I know for me, because I do happen to incorporate a lot in my day and get very busy with activity, it's always something. Uh, I'm tending to rush on to the next thing rather than staying with the thing that I've just done.
Mhm.
And so maybe slowing down a little and acknowledging what it is I achieved. Maybe I need to start doing a little bit of a review during the end of the day. Oh, look at all the things we've actually achieved today.
It's funny. So when you say you like tick things off, do you have a physical list?
Yeah,
Do you delete? Is it electronic where you delete it?
it's electronic. Yeah,
So you don't even, so once you've done something, you erase the line, you erase the line, you erase the line, and more things have now you've either added to it or it's just moved up the chain. You may not even know how much you've achieved.
correct. That's really common. I only really know how much I've achieved when I visually take a snapshot of what my calendar looked like on the day at the beginning of the day compared to what it looks like at the end of the day. And it's
Maybe
usually a lot less at the end of the day.
maybe you need that like on a Word document you can do strike through as opposed to delete.
Yeah, yes, possible. So I have actually have a task manager, so it does do a bit of a strike through. But I tend to look at my calendar. I don't look at the task manager.
Mm,
So I have the task manager integrates into the calendar. So if I tick it off, it disappears off the calendar, but it remains ticked with a strike through in the
okay,
task manager. I'm just used to
the calendar.
the calendar as the visual.
Mm,
And the way that I do it is that I can see the main activities that I've done during the day. So going back to the example of the editing the videos, I will actually keep that event that I created in there today, no matter how much video editing I get done,
hmm.
because and what I might do is I then might duplicate that activity for sometime next week because I might go, oh no, I can't do any more today. But all the little tasks that are associated with the task manager, they will also move over to next week, the
Okay.
ones I haven't done. So I'll have a block, but it won't be the 10 things that I'd chunk
Mm,
down. And so then there's like, so visually it doesn't give me the accurate um, number of items.
hmm.
Hmm. Yep. It's interesting how visual things like that make such a difference.
I think it might depend if you're a visual person.
Well, maybe I'm becoming more visual in my older age. I don't know. I'm just finding at the moment that that progress is driving me a little bit. It's just not satisfying. So I need to find ways to make it satisfying.
Okay.
I think the I think the review at the end of the day helps when I verbalize it and don't dismiss what it is I've done.
Mm. It's kind of like when people achieve a goal, the immediate reflex that I think a lot of people have is, okay, what's next? What's next?
Mm.
They
Hmm.
don't spend any time with the celebration of the thing that they achieved. It's like, okay, what's next? You got that thing? Great. What's next? What's next? What's next? So it's a constant drive to do or be or become something as opposed to there's a reason you set that goal. Why aren't you not celebrating that?
Yeah, yeah. So bit more acknowledgement and reflection.
There you go. You got your marching orders.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
And I gotta invite other people to do stuff, or
Yeah,
invite people into the process of the stuff,
into the process of
not
decisions.
necessarily
Yes.
doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks for that, Ian. Hope that
Ironically, I
helps.
think I made some progress.